from the bad reputation that they have and the fact that they allow Hey guys, it's M16. I have some more update 2.6 gameplay for you guys today, and this time I am in the RU-251, aka the Spypanzer. This thing is a jet on tracks. At one point I was going 85 kilometers an hour or more, and this thing is so fast that it doesn't need a speed boost to take the shortcut up the hill on mines if you got the good spawn. This thing is just incredible. It's got an excellent gun with 190 millimeters of AP penetration, 250 millimeters of heat penetration, and 105 millimeters of HE penetration. So it basically gets the British Hesh for HE rounds, and it's not a premium round, so you get all that penetration to shoot through, well, other RU-251s, other light tanks, some medium tanks, and especially the sides and rears of American tanks. You can just have a field day. And with the 10.5 rounds a minute rate of fire it gets, with the very good German accuracy that it comes with, you can just true apart the enemy tanks with ease. The DPM on this tank is 2400, which is the same as the T110E5, which is a tier 10 American heavy tank, and that's just incredible because this is a tier 8 light tank. Some other new things besides the German light tanks are the new game mechanics that you can very easily abuse in Update 2.6. You can now shoot through soft cover such as the brick, rock, or cement walls, such as the ones right there that you can kind of see on the screen, and this little arch that I'm about to shoot this T-29 through, right there. You can shoot through those and still damage enemy tanks. You will just lose some penetration for every obstacle it goes through that is not a tank. And another thing that you can not really abuse, but you can get fairly lucky if this happens, you can shoot a enemy tank, bounce off of it, and the ricochet can now penetrate another tank if it hits it. So like if there is a side scraping KV-4, say, and you shoot that and then a medium tank is right behind them, if you bounce off the KV-4 and the shell goes into like what hit the medium tank, then the medium tank can still get penetrated and damaged. And that's different from before, because if it bounced off an enemy tank, the shell would just disappear, but now it continues traveling the new trajectory and you can damage enemy tanks like that. You can see here that when you're aimed at a obstacle instead of a tank, like if the tank is behind the obstacle, there isn't that red outline, so it's kind of tricky. Like if you know a tank is there, you can still shoot through it and you can damage the tank. You just won't get that little red outline, so you don't exactly know where in the tank you're shooting. And that's how you can really abuse it, because if you're shooting at, say, the side of a tank or whatever that's distracted, you can just shoot through the wall and then you'll be fine. Or if there's a tank that you know has very thin armor on the other side of the wall, you can shoot through the wall and damage the tank, and he'll still be trying to figure out where he needs to aim at your tank. Some other news for at least the North American server: the +1 -1 matchmaking test for patch 2.5 is now over with, and we are reinstated with the +2 -2 matchmaking that all the other servers had with 2.5, and the only matchmaking changes that we have are the ones that all the other servers had, which was if there are more than 10,000 people on the server, then there will be exactly even match tier spread in the teams, and there, I think it was no more than 5% difference if there were less than 10,000 people. And now it's just up to Wargaming to pour over the data that they got from the test and decide what they're going to do with the matchmaking, if they're going to make +1 -1 a thing all across every single server, and what they're going to do with the premium tanks, especially the ones that had preferential matchmaking that gave them +1 -2 matchmaking, and they need to decide what they're going to do with those, or if they're going to just stay with +2 -2. I'd prefer +2, -2 because the tiers that matter, like tiers 8, 9, and 10, really kind of got screwed over with the +1, -1, but all the other tiers got it a lot easier. So I'd prefer +2, -2 matchmaking. And now I'm going to do some actual commentary instead of blabbering on about update 2.6. This is obviously the RU-251, and I am on mines, and I'm platooned with Little John and his T-34 Indy, and it's time to go club some seals and the jet of a tank. Just watch how fast this thing gets up here. It's incredible. I beat a T-43 up here, and this is the bad spawn, so you know this thing's pretty darn quick. Just watch how fast I'm going right now as I'm going up this hill. Most tanks could only dream of going this fast up the hill. This thing's even faster than the Type 62 Dragon. And already up here, already in front of the T-43, and he has to stop. And he popped adrenaline, and we've got around the same DPM because the T-43's got insane DPM. So I had a pop adrenaline also. And now, with just a DPM fight, but because I have more health, I should do fine. And then bounce, because reasons. Why not? He's got troll armor. But, yeah, my platoon mate kind of saves me there. And one thing about the RU-251 is the gun depression. It has -6 in the front, -10 on the sides, and like 0 gun depression over the rear. I swear to God, it's like +2 gun. There's no gun depression over the rear of this tank. It's just bad. I was on Himmelsdorf one time, and I was pointing over the rear of my tank, and I couldn't shoot a Panther because I couldn't get my gun down, and we were on level ground, and I couldn't aim my gun down on a Panther 1. So that's how bad the gun depression is on this thing, at least over the rear. Over the sides, it's excellent, and over the front, it's very doable. Right now, I am trying to save the life of my platoon mate and failing because there are just so many tanks on our team, or the enemy team, and so many tanks on our team that weren't really doing anything at all. And I was trying to kill the Indy on their team, but the Black Prince kind of ate the shot with his gun mantlet for him, so that sucks. But all those other tanks are like one-shots, so I'm going to go in, I'm going to finish off these 2 tanks, or at least that's my plan. One of them gets finished off for me, and then I shoot this T-25 AT. And then I see an ISU 152, and I saw he stopped, and I'm like, okay, I've got a 50-50 shot that I'm quick enough that I'm going to be able to get around him, and he's looking the other way. I pick the right way, I shoot heat into his side because that's all I have left, and then I power slide in the water. That's how fast this thing goes. You can drift in water. That's insane, in case you guys didn't know. But now it is just a matter of using my speed to get back up here and get 1 or 2 more shots on this T-20, and then the game will be over. Most tanks, in fact I think pretty much every tank in the game, wouldn't be able to get back here unless they used a speed boost. But the RU-251 is just so damn quick that it'll get up here with ease. And I get over here, turn my side to him so I can get the gun down, and I'm able to put a shot into him. Then the Tiger 1 comes around and finishes him off after taking a shot himself. And that's the game. We won 7-1. The only casualty was Little John. So, I don't know. If you see him, just talk crap to him because he deserves it. I have not yet mastered the RU-251. I haven't gotten a single ace tanker in this tank yet. So it is obviously in the hands of some very, very good players because I've done pretty good in it and still have not been able to get an ace. With this, I leave you with a very funny replay, or clip at least, of a game I had on Himmelsdorf in the Spypanzer. Let's watch. Hello.
Tree shot. Punched right through their arm.
As you can see, the RU-251 can have some very troll bounces because there have been multiple occasions where I've bounced the 225 millimeters of penetration of the Russian BL-9 gun. So it's really fun when that happens. This is M16's World of Tank Splits Replays. I hope you enjoyed my video, and as always, have a nice day.